A shirt back yoke is more than just a design at the back of a male shirt, be it native shirt, senator wear, kaftan, and a button-down shirt as many people thought it is. Traditionally, a shirt back yoke serves as a support for fabric around the shoulder and upper back for men's shirts. So guys, in today's video, I will be showing you how to draft 3 different back yoke designs which can be attached to a native shirt, senator wear, kaftan, south wears, and kurta. If this sounds interesting to you, follow me closely on this journey and make sure you watch this video to the end without any part being skipped. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time of watching my video, this is Reggie School of Fashion. On this channel, I upload fashion designing related content regularly for both male and female using pattern drafting method, which is the world standard method of clothing construction. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please consider subscribing and also like this video so that YouTube algorithm can like it too and show it to more people like you. So guys, meet me in the video after this timeout. In drafting a male shirt back yoke, a male bodice pattern is needed. Either the pattern was drafted for a button-down shirt, for native, for kaftan, or for south, or for senator wear. So whichever pattern that was drafted, you must make use of the same pattern in drafting the yoke. So this is a male bodice pattern which I have drafted already. In case you don't know how to draft a male bodice pattern, I have a well-detailed tutorial on how to draft the front and the back panel of a male bodice pattern, which can be graded to make a button-down shirt, a south wear, a native shirt, kaftan, kurta, senator wear, and so on and so forth. The video has been linked up in the description box already. You can check it out after watching this particular one. In making a back yoke of a male shirt, there is no rule that guides the type of design you can have. You can have any design of your choice. It all depends on your creativity or your preference. Maybe you have a design which you are looking at to make a particular one, so this has to do with you. It all depends on you, and of course you can create as many designs as possible on your own. In this video, I will be showing you 3 different yoke designs you can create on a male shirt. The first back yoke design I will be talking about is the rectangular shape. So that is the back yoke that is usually straight at the back. In drafting this back yoke design, I have a well-detailed tutorial already which explains into details how you can draft the back yoke, the cutting to the sewing level. The video has been linked up in the description box already under this video, so you can go back and watch the video after watching this particular one. But in this video, I'll be showing you different 3 designs apart from the rectangular one, and I will start with the triangular shape back yoke. In drafting a back yoke, I will be needing a piece of pattern paper which I have here already, and I will be aligning the center back to align on the center back of the pattern paper. So on my pattern paper, this is the center back, and this is the center back of my back panel. Okay, so I will be aligning the 2 edges together like so. Okay, after taping the edges together, the next step is to trace the neckline on the new pattern paper, the shoulder line, and part of the armhole. So after tracing out all this, the next step is to measure out the length of the back yoke design. So the standard measurement is 7 inches, and this measurement is taken from the HPS. HPS means the highest point shoulder. So don't forget, the shoulder line has been slanted already, is no more on a straight line. So that is why we have this point as the highest point shoulder, and I'll be taking the measurement from the HPS point downward, so which I have 7 inches marked out here. Okay, then with the help of the straight lines I have on my ruler, I will position it in such a way I will have a perfect straight line. The straight line will align with the edge of my pattern paper, like so. Then I'm also extending it to get to my pattern paper. Okay, so I have the points marked out here, and I will trace this part so that I will be able to transfer this line on my pattern paper. So after removing my pattern, the next step is to trace out all the lines I have on my pattern paper. So this is the back yoke length. So this is the length. Okay. So now we are going to the point of creating a triangular back yoke design. So in drafting a triangular back yoke design, all I need to do is to transform this line. This is a straight line. With this I have here, I have a rectangular back yoke. So I want to transform this to make a triangular back yoke. So all I will be doing is just to come up from this point, which is the back yoke design point. I will come up by 2 inches. You can come up by 2.5 inches, but the higher the number, the more slant you have for the shape of your back yoke design. If you reduce it, the slant will not be as much as that of 2 inches. So I'll be using 2 inches as standard. And this measurement is taken on the armhole. Okay, so this is the center of the back, and I'll be connecting this 2 inches point to the center of the back panel. So this is what I have. So let's assume I want to use 2.5 inches. If I have 2.5 inches or I use 1.5 inches, you will see the difference. With 2.5 inches, I will just connect the 2 points the same way I connected the 2 inches points. And for the 1.5 inches point, I will be having the same shape. So can you see what I have? So that is all on how to draft a triangular back yoke design. I'm maintaining the 2 inches, so I will erase the other lines I have. So this is what I have. Then the next step is to add seam allowance. So it is very important you add your seam allowance all around your yoke design. So don't forget to add your seam allowance so that you don't have shortage of measurements. On the shoulder line, 1/2 inch. On the neckline, 1/2 inch. On the armhole, 1/2 inch. Then on the yoke length, 1/2 inch. So still on the first back yoke design, which is a triangular shape, I can also create a new shape from this particular design. So instead of connecting these 2 points with a straight ruler, I will be making use of a curved ruler. So with this, I will have a curved shape, not a straight line. So can you see what I have? So this is another design from the same triangular. So this is another design from a triangular back yoke. So this is the design. So this is the shape. So when I'm adding my seam allowance, I will follow this shape in adding my seam allowance. So now I'll be cutting out the two shapes for you so that you can see the differences. You can see the difference between the two. I know this might look confusing to some of you guys because of different lines I have on my pattern. So because of this, I'll go ahead and cut out the pattern so that you will see how it looks when you are cutting out your fabric. Now I'll be cutting out the pattern and I will start with the straight line. So this is the straight line. And for the triangular shape, I'm cutting on the one I drew out with straight ruler first. So this is what I have for the straight line. Can you see how beautiful the yoke look like? The design is very unique and beautiful. It looks beautiful on any type of shirt you are making. So this is a straight triangular back yoke design, and I will cut out the curved shape. So this is a curved shape, and you will see the difference. Can you see? This looks like a bat wing. It looks like a bat wing, and I really love it. I prefer making use of this curved triangular shape than the straight line. Now I'll be moving to the second back yoke design, which you can apply on a male shirt, and the shape is an arc shaped design. So in creating an arc shaped design, all I need to do is just come up to the armhole side, and I will be coming up by 1 inch. I'll be coming up by 1 inch. Then pick my curve ruler. So you can actually position your ruler the way you want the arc to be. It depends on how much you want the curve to be obvious. If I don't want it too obvious, I will use the part that is not too curvy on my ruler. So this is one. If I want it much obvious, I want the curve to be more obvious, this is the armhole side. The curved part of the ruler falls on the armhole side of the pattern and not on the center. The straight side falls on the center. Okay, so I will just position it like so. I will keep on adjusting my ruler until I have my desired shape. So with this, I can construct my shape. Can you see what I have? And also, if you don't have a ruler, you can as well use your free hand in achieving it. All you need to do is just sketch it out first. Sketch out the shape. So let's assume I'm making use of 1/2 inch just to show you how you can achieve this with your free hand. So you don't need to get discouraged if you don't have a curve ruler. Can you see what I'm doing? So just sketch it out like so. Then you get the shape right. So after drafting the shape like so, something you don't need to skip is your seam allowance. So please don't forget, you have to add your seam allowance all around the shape, following the shape you have on your pattern. half of an inch seam allowance is needed. On the armhole, half of an inch. On the shoulder line, half of an inch. On the neckline, half of an inch. So I'll be cutting this out in order for you to see how it looks on fabric. So can you see what I have? It is beautiful. So this is what I'm having for the arc-shaped back yoke design. Can you see how it looks like? This design is unique. It is not common. That is why I like it. I personally created this design on my own. It is my creativity. Can you see what I have? So you can create as many designs as you want as well. It all depends on your creativity. So use your creativity, bring out something unique for your client to make a special back yoke design which cannot be seen commonly on every other shirt. So that is all on how to draft a arc-shaped back yoke design. So now I'm moving to the tuck back yoke design, which is the most beautiful. I love using this design because it is unique as well. Just as I said earlier, I also created this design on my own. In creating this design, from the yoke point, I will be coming up by 2 inches. So just exactly the way I did when I was drafting the triangular back yoke. 2 inches, you can make it more and you can make it lesser, but I'm using 2 inches as standard. So after marking the 2 inches point, then I will have to open up my pattern. So I'll be opening it up like so. And I will extend the length to the other side of the pattern, that is the yoke length. So I'm transferring this point. Okay, so this is what I have after opening up my pattern. This is for both left and right sides. So this is the neckline and these are the 2 armholes. In creating this type of yoke, the 2 sides will not be equal like the first 2 I've showed you, whereby we have the 2 sides equal. What I have on this side, let me label this as the left. So I'm just assuming is the left and this is the right. So what I have on the left will be different from what I have on the right in this case of this type of back yoke design. So I'll be connecting from these 2 inches points up to the other side of the armhole, which is the back yoke length point. On the previous ones I've drafted, I connected from the 2 inches point and stops on the center of the pattern. But in this case, I'll be bringing this point to meet the other side of the armhole, like so. So this is one way of achieving this design. On the other hand, I can decide to make this side 2.5 inches high. This is a 2.5 inches point, and I'll come to this side and bring it up by half of an inch. And I'll be connecting the 2 points together. Even from the drafting, you can see how beautiful this design looks. Beautiful and unique. That is another way of achieving this design. And the third way of achieving this design is by making use of a curve ruler. So instead of making use of a straight ruler, whereby you have this as a straight line, you can as well achieve it using a curve ruler. Can you see the positioning? From the 2 inches point to the yoke point. So this is the yoke length point, and this is the 2 inches point. So which means as this shape is going forward, the curve is reducing gradually until it gets to the other side of the armhole. By the time it gets to the other side of the armhole, we already have a straight line. That is the uniqueness, and I love it so much. So in this case, it is not from side to the center, it's from side to side. Can you see what I have? Can you see the shape? Look at this. Look at the curve. It's reducing gradually, 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 gradually until it's completely straight. So this is the third back yoke design I'm showing you. I'll fold this together and cut it out. Now, I will be cutting out the curved line first before cutting on the straight lines. If you are a beginner and you don't know how to attach a back yoke, I'm recommending my video on how to make a shirt back yoke. In the video, I showed you guys how to draft, how to cut, and how to attach. So which means the video was extended to the sewing part. The method I use in attaching the triangular yoke in my video on how to make a back shirt yoke, the same method is applied on any type of back yoke design you are making. So if you are a beginner, you don't know how to attach a back yoke, or you have been attaching a back yoke wrongly, I'm strongly recommending this video for you. It's going to be a great help on how to attach a back yoke. Also, you have to learn how to read your measuring tape. This is very important. It will also help you to be accurate in taking measurements. You don't round up your value to the nearest value you are familiar with on your measuring tape. All the small lines you have on your measuring tape, what do they stand for? How do you locate your values after dividing on your calculator? How do you convert fraction values to decimal and converting decimal values to fraction? All these are well explained in my video on how to read a measuring tape for pattern drafting. The video has been linked up in the description box already. After watching this particular one, go back and watch the video. Can you see what I have? I love the design. It's looking beautiful. Can you see? And it's looking unique as well. So this is a curved shape, and I will go ahead and cut out the straight line. So I'm cutting on the first straight line. Can you see what I have? You can see the line is not completely straight, it is slant. If you want just to be more slant than this, all you need to do is just to add to the measurement I used here. I used 2 inches, so when you use 2.5 inches, you just bring it down to the other side, which is the length of the yoke. And if you don't want it to be as slanty as this, just reduce the measurement. So guys, we've come to the end of this tutorial. So far so good. We've been able to draft 3 different designs for shirt back yoke, and these are the 3 designs I have here with me. This is the first one, the triangular shaped design, and the second one, the arc shaped design, the third one, the slanting shaped design. Thanks so much for watching this video to the end. If you find this video helpful in one way or the other, kindly share with others so that they can benefit from this tutorial as well. Till I come your way next time, always do remember, there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.